Off to Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lascanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Rill may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear I must ask your help again.
I take it you have a plan?
Indeed. Raven's Rill sees few travelers these days, but I believe the Hero's Crypt could draw pilgrims from across Ebb as it once did. With pilgrims would come merchants, and the town could fill its larders before the winter.
Tell me about this Hero's Crypt.
The Hero's Crypt is where the heroes of the Sect Resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's Rill.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction, the Montbarons and the Gundricks. I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the two large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
One more down.
Oh, forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
I found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable! How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts inside.
For all I know, you're just a grave robber. You can stay outside.
I see. Well, I suppose that's fair, though I do hope you'll let me know if you change your mind. I was under the... Oh my. That was... Since you're going in there anyway, perhaps you'd be willing to retrieve some relics and bring them to me for study?
I'll see what I can find. What are you looking for?
Good. Yes, good. Much safer for all of us. I'd likely get you killed tagging along, and this way you won't get me killed either. I'm looking for 3 relics in particular. The Skull of Norik, the Staff of Merrick, and the Sword of Bollingar. If you find any of them, I will of course reward you handsomely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must bring the good news to Lazar.
I hear something new in my world. The sound of breath, the quiet falls of frightened flesh.
My, that's a welcoming voice. One more down.
The skull's luck will save you. I shall enjoy flaying you.
Thank you.
The Lady Montbaron, first of my line. She was the one who defeated the Sec and saved the whole kingdom.
Kill that which is dead, mortal. My warriors will hunt you until you fall, exhausted and weeping. Come, pilgrim, the bones of your heroes wait for you in these depths, and so do I.
Look, must be the Hall of Heroes. All the Lady Montbaron's companions. They're buried right here.
You should be honored, mortal. Soon, your bones will join with those of the heroes who lie in repose here. mortals, pay your respects to the dead, for whom you will cower mortals. Witness the power of the grave! Do not feel shame for falling before the eyes of your hero. It is inevitable.
Back to the fight.
Of death. Witness the power of the grave. Rise, my sword. Rise and defend me. Of death.
Perhaps the curse on this place is ended. Still, it's not exact. Which... Here is it.
I had not expected the crypt to still be inhabited. Both Ravensreel and I owe you a debt. I'll be sending messengers out to inform the people of Ebb that the hero's crypt is open again. Doubtless the pilgrims and their attendant wealth will be pouring in soon. In the meanwhile, here, take this as a token of our esteem.
Do you have any relics to sell?
I found the skull of no...
Fascinating, if a touch gruesome. Still, I look forward to studying this. Here is your promised reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I found Lord Bollingar's sword.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined. Here, as promised, your reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I found Merrick's staff.
Astounding! To think of the power that once coursed through this. Here is your reward. I can't wait to get back to my workshop and begin a full study of these items.
Heads up! Well, the bridge is looking better, but it still leads into a swamp.
There you are. This may sound strange, but I was told to wait for you here.
Told? By whom?
A child. A boy with golden hair and piercing eyes, who spoke like no child I have ever met.
Did you follow us into the Mornweald?
No. He came to me in a waking dream. I know better than to doubt a vision, especially one so clear. My father was Hugh Montbarron, Grand Master of the Legion. A proud man, I'm told, but not immune to my mother's seduction.
Hang on, what? Are you telling me that you're my sister? My sister and a witch?
Ah, you are the Montbarron boy, yes? Of course. You have the same lustrous hair, and even prettier than mine.
Pretty hair? You think so? Wait, sorry, I'm still back on the sister part.
I do not know why this golden child chose me, but I believe I can be of help to the Legion, if you let me.
Does your sister know that you're planning to leave?
Leona's word does not bind me. I decide whose company I keep, and she knows better than to forbid me what I want. If only the rest of the world knew the same, life would be much simpler.
In other words, you haven't told her.
No. See, little brother, you know me better than you think.
Your mother seduced Montbarron? So the stories about Lascanzi witches are true?
What stories are those? The ones told to jealous wives by poxy-faced men? Of black-hearted witches who ravished them in the dark of night? Those stories are fancies, but they hide a deeper truth. Lascanzi witches have discerning taste. We will seduce a foreign man, but only if he is strong, clever, handsome.
Lascanzi women are entirely practical? Love never plays a role?
Sometimes. We are flesh and blood, after all. And even our hearts are not entirely immune to the mad distemper of love. But how many men would abandon their homes to wander with an outcast race? Passion fades, beauty withers, and all that is left is the endless road.
If you're a Montbarron, then you're part of the Legion. We could use your help.
We journey south, no? To Stonebridge? I know the roads, And charming company makes long miles less dreary.
Hold on there. The roads ahead aren't safe. Heavy smoke down there. From the looks of it, there was another battle in the swamp. Azunite Church on one side, Royalists on the other. They're always at it. I was questioned by soldiers down the road. They were Azunites, Jane Cassinda's men, and not a friendly lot.
Have you dealt with the Royalists before?
They don't harass me on the road, so that makes them at least a touch better than Jane's soldiers. I think they're an honorable lot, but I don't see them winning this war. They'll die for a queen who's the last of her line, and barely more than a girl.
Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
I'll stay up here for a while, see if things calm down.
I wonder what caused this. In any case, we shall not pass this way, I think.
By order of Jane Cassinda, none shall pass this. Get there!
must be with the Royalists. Get them!
Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path.
I think I'm going to be sick. So many dead.
Jane's fanatics have won the day, it seems.
Stand away there. Not so close to the General.
Never mind. I can hardly be called a general, with Her Majesty's army lying dead all around us.
Sorry, Lord Devonsey. Sir.
Forgive the boy. A few months ago he was a royal page. Now he's a soldier. Such are the depths to which we have fallen. I'm surprised to see any travelers on the road, with so many of Jane Cassinda's soldiers about. What brings you to this ill-omened place?
Bad luck brings us here. Nothing more. We were traveling south to Stonebridge and we found the trails collapsed.
Good. Let him guess at our intention, yes?
Simple travelers. And yet you have the look of the Legion about you. I heard the rumors of a gathering in the north, but I didn't believe there were any of you left. That's beside the point, though. I'm afraid you're stuck here with the rest of us. The western road has collapsed and we're surrounded on all sides by impassable swamp.
What forces do you have left?
Only the baggage train and a few cannons. One of my officers, Roderick, had commanded the baggage train. He managed to keep the wagons out of sight, hid them under those massive roots. Unfortunately, the men who are guarding the wagons are my greenest troops, former servants and the like. The only blades they've ever wielded are kitchen knives.
All the dead soldiers were yours? How did this happen?
Jane Cassinda's army was encamped in the swamp. I thought I'd catch her unaware, send her scrambling back to the spire. So I force-marched out of Glitterdale, sighted her troops at the base of the cliffs, and gave chase. In the first charge, we drove half her forces into the bogs. I could see Jane not 50 feet from my lines. She had nowhere to run.
You smelled victory, and that's when the battle turned.
Jane sent a few of her sappers round back of my lines. They collapsed the roads behind me. A clever move, I'll give her that. Half my army, the young ones mostly, saw their escape route cut off. Didn't matter that we were winning. They panicked, broke and ran. Some of the veterans held their ground and died where they stood. The rest retreated here.
What about those massive roots? We can walk across them like a road.
Indeed, they'd support our weight, and my cannons and wagons too. But the routes are separated by stretches of water. In order to create a path, we'd have to raise the land between them. Impossible, you might say. But I have a man in my army with power over earth and stone. A scholar called Phineas. If only he were here.
We need to find this scholar, Phineas. Where has he gone?
He was among the first to be taken by the damned savages. They fell upon us not long after the battle, and they've been mounting raids and abducting our wounded ever since. First people, that's what the scholars call them. Only Azanai knows what they call themselves. I thought of mounting an attack on their village to rescue Phineas and the others. But my surviving soldiers are too few and too young. If I had your help, though...
Let's try talking to the first people before we do anything rash. Maybe they mistook you for a threat.
A reasonable theory, but I've met their kind before. Scavengers preying upon the weak and the wounded. They won't negotiate unless you hold a sword to their throats. I'll gather whatever men I can, the ones who can still fight, and we'll meet you there.